It's not working. Let's move to the West. Let's talk about the number one seed, Oklahoma City Thunder, man. And well, I guess Denver, they're tied. I guess OKC has a tiebreaker. Like we talked about earlier, though, Oklahoma City, man, is a super young team. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is going to get his first taste of being a number one in the playoffs. Probably as a number one seed. I think they have like an easier strength of schedule than Denver does for these last few games. But I mean, again, man, another team that's pretty much been rolling all season. SGA been rolling all season. Chet came out the gate ready to go. The emergence of J Dub. They've got guys off the bench that are just flamethrowers from three, like Casey Wallace and Jalen Williams. Like these guys just won't miss, it seems like. So I don't know. I mean, a lot of people are trying to discredit them because they're young and they don't have any experience, but this is about to be the number one seed in the Western Conference. I mean, that we need to give them some kind of respect, do you think, right?
Yeah, and they're beating good teams and got a good point differential. So, yeah. I mean, with that said, like I don't think they want to face the Lakers. It seems the Lakers kind of have a good matchup against them because Chet's kind of still a little frail. It's a little you can kind of get bullied down there, and they don't got no other presence in the paint. So, so certain teams like that. I mean, the Nuggets are a bad matchup. They shouldn't have to face them until later in the playoffs, of course. But I don't know. Yeah. I mean, on one hand, yeah, they have such overwhelming talent. On another hand, though, when the lights get a little brighter and the pressure mounts and they're not calling tic tac fouls as much, you have to find other ways to get your points regularly. So we'll see, man. I mean, everybody's excited to see them grow. I tell you that. I mean, even if they lose in the first round, you just be like, well, okay, well, you took your lumps, so now you know how to get better. But um, I don't really have anything bad to say about these guys. I mean, like I said, they're just on a magic carpet ride. They're happy to be here, and they're the number one seed. I mean, it's all gravy. So.
Would you be surprised if they made it to the Western Conference Finals against the Denver Nuggets? Let's just say, because I mean, as it stands right now, they're one, Denver's two. They wouldn't have to face each other until the Western Conference Finals. Would you be surprised if OKC made it?
I don't think I'd be surprised, because they're overwhelming talent. But it would be very notable. That I would imagine that'd mean not only Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is like now a mainstay name on a guy. Now that means Chet and probably Jalen Williams also has been really dominating in the playoffs for them to get that far. So consistently. So at that point, then they're almost a super team. So no, I wouldn't be that surprised. That would just mean they just really grew a lot in the playoffs, which can happen.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah,
I agree. The Denver, I hope not. Yeah, not Denver Nuggets.
Again, one more thing. You mentioned that the Magic were kind of like the Thunder, and they almost are too good and have too many young guys. But like the Thunder, they can start trying to win now because they have everybody's picks for like the next 10 years, so they don't even have to worry about tanking. They're gonna have everybody's picks.
Yeah, well, I mainly said that because there's a large contingent of Thunder fans on Twitter that are just like, just relax, just take it slow. We don't need to make any crazy trades. We don't need to do this. Like we're so young, like we have time and da 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 da. But honestly, I'm with you. Like I'm more of like, what do you mean? Like Shea he's averaging 30 now. Like it's time to do this now. Which is
eventually
why
you're gonna have to pay all these guys.
Yeah.
And now you can't have this deep roster because you already got 3 guys making a max. Unless they're going to go deep into the luxury tax like the Warriors, which I don't see the Oklahoma City Thunder doing. They didn't do that when they had Durant, Westbrook and Harden, Ibaka, and all those guys. They had to make a choice. So you can see history repeating itself.
Yeah, hope not. Come to LA. You're nuts. Denver. I don't think we need to spend too much time on these guys again, man. Look, they're good, okay? They're good. They're the best team in the league. Blah blah blah. We can't beat them.
Tell us why you hate them, okay?
What do you mean? Why
can't the Lakers beat these
guys?
Right,
like we can't cut. They got a fucking Serbian bitch 7-footer that just destroys us. He murders us, man, and we.
It's kind of rough how he makes AD look, man. Like AD's dominant defensively against everybody, but because he just loses his will against Jokic, because Jokic just be whooping his ass, and now he stopped playing that hard. He stopped putting up numbers. It's like, man,
Yeah.
you got to try to clap back at him. If you can't stop him, you got to score back on him too. Like you can't.
AD just he's not that guy. He's not. AD just he don't care. He got his championship, and all that other stuff is just other stuff. He doesn't.
Because
He
it's a
doesn't care.
bonus.
Yeah, exactly right. He's whatever. I can't stand Anthony Davis.
Sabonis probably stank too, man. He ain't trying to mess with these armpits. Sweaty as hell, throwing them bows like, oh, get off of me, you stank Serbia.
That's crazy. But yeah, Denver is probably gonna win the championship again. Surprise, surprise. Let's talk about Minnesota. They're kind of an interesting spot.
Wait. Is it okay? Hold on. Who is the best match? Who can beat Denver in the West? Or is there anybody? You think the Clippers, if they could get it together? Or
No.
The Timberwolves, since they got size, no?
No.
Thunder?
The only way that the Nuggets are going to lose is if they go through a grueling series and then immediately get into another grueling series. So, as it stands right now, they're perfect. If they face the Phoenix Suns in the first round and it's Jokic against Nurkic, I think that Nurkic is going to beat him up. He's going to get 6 fouls every game, which is totally fine by me. And I think Jokic, look, Joker's still going to have 35, 12, and 12, right? Like, he's still going to destroy him, but he's going to get beat up. And then immediately he's going into the Minnesota Timberwolves with Rudy Gobert and Cat. And then I think this is when Anthony Edwards activates his Super Saiyan power and he finally finishes them off. Otherwise, it's going to be the same old story. That's really the only, I mean, the Clippers have no chance. The Pelicans are interesting. They're interesting, but I don't see them beating them in a 7-game series.
His experience and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Zion attacking the paint like he does is a good deterrent for like a Jokic and an Eric Gordon. Like, I don't think either one of them have really anything for Zion. But Jonas Valanciunas, he's food. Larry Nance Jr. is food for Jokic. Zion is like a happy meal. So I don't see Joker having any problem with them. But I will say the Pelicans are interesting to me because they have a lot of wings to guard Murray, MPJ, KCP. So if they can somehow just guard those guys and then let Jokic do his thing, then they may have a puncher's chance. But I don't know. I'm probably dreaming. Yeah, Nuggets are going to win the championship this year. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really see. I mean, I think they would even beat the Celtics in like 5 or 6.
Yes. Yes.
So
yeah.
Yeah, man, it just seems like if they stay healthy, they're probably going to be their year again. They're going to execute. Jokic probably look like he's going to win his 3rd MVP this year.
Well deserved. Well deserved.
I can't. Yeah, look, fuck it. I can't
hate him no more, man.
Yeah, I can't hate no more. He's too damn good.
He's
so
he's
it is,
good,
just
man.
I give it up. Just, look,
Yeah.
you got it. So go back to Serbia. Leave us. Like, no, I'm playing. No. It's a blessing to watch this guy play, man. He's amazing. He's an amazing player.
Awesome,
he can
man.
do everything on the floor.
He's awesome.
Actually, I was listening to a pod. They were talking about prime Jokic versus prime Shaq. Pick one. And I had to actually sit there and think about it for a second. I was like, you know what? I have to give it to him. He's probably on that level where he's that dominant that any era he could just do crazy things. It'll confound even Shaq. Like I'd imagine Shaq guarding him at the 3-point line, and just all the moves he could put on him. It's just gonna be like, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
And then Shaq's gonna get his numbers on him too. But it's just like if Jokic impacts the game in so many different ways, like I don't know.
This is I'm coming from a place that I did not see Shaq play live. I was literally too young to see, especially in his Laker days. Like I was too young to see him play live in his Laker days. Obviously, I saw him when he was with the Suns and when he was washed up. But that guy, like all the replays I've seen, and just the numbers that he was putting up, bro. Like I mean, in the finals, he was averaging like 40 plus, like 12 rebounds,
40
4
and
blocks.
18.
Yeah, like hold on now. Like, look, I love Joker. I love him. But hold on now.
Yeah.
What are we saying? Like, but look, Joker is, and like I totally get the matchup of it because he is going to pull Shaq out to the 3-point line. Shaq ain't gonna know what to do. especially when he starts passing the ball over his head, making him look ridiculous. But I mean,
Shaq did similar things, and like the best defenders of his era, like he just absolutely dominated. Mutombo,
mm-hmm,
the Alonzo Mournings, David
mm-hmm,
Robinsons,
mm-hmm.
they had none for him. But
Hakeem.
Hakeem, well, young Hakeem did kind of dominate young Shaq, but by the time Shaq got in his prime, Hakeem was old.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it's just kind of similar to where Jokic, I mean, just the way he just dominates other centers and other great defensive players. It's like, I don't know, man. I can't think of another big besides Shaq and that I've seen that just is just a conundrum. Like nobody can guard this guy like at all. Like he is dominating all aspects of the game. So I don't
Yeah.
know. I hate to have to slurp on Jokic and the Nuggets, but these MFers are just too good, and the Lakers just threw their hands up with them. We just give
Yeah,
up. We just gonna try to
literally.
avoid them. Yeah.
We're literally just like, whatever, bro. Like, next game. Um, let's talk about the Minnesota Timberwolves. I do want to give them some credit because Karl-Anthony Towns has gone down with an injury, but I believe he should be back as well when the postseason begins. Rudy Gobert's been in and out the lineup with this hip injury, but Anthony Edwards, man, it seems like every single night he's just on this incredible run where he's doing something crazy. Like, I don't know if you saw that block he had against Indiana where he literally hit his head on the backboard. That was just nuts. Game saving block, by the way. And then the other night he dunks on John Collins. This guy's just incredible to watch, man. What are your thoughts about a fully healthy Minnesota Timberwolves team, and how far do you think they can go, if at all?
I mean, weren't they the number one seed for most of the year when they were healthy?
Yeah, they were.
So I mean that's kind of proof in the pudding. I mean another team has taken a huge leap. At least they were in the play-in and stuff like that in the last couple of years. But man, I don't really know what to say about Anthony Edwards because I didn't see this coming. Like
Really?
even though he's a number one pick and all of that, I was kind of just like, well, he wasn't really doing nothing with Georgia. Like they weren't winning. They were kind of, and he always be talking about football and just goofy stuff. I just didn't think he would be like, really focused in and like that this competitive like he is. Like how he's also like a defensive player. He's a dog in the clutch. Like he's trying to win. Like, and I love that. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, with the guy like that leading your team, it's hard for me to like. It's actually easier for me to look past, not really believing in Cat, not believing in Gobert, stuff like that when it come down to it, because you got a guy like this that don't really matter. Like you just need when you just need to be in the game when it's close, and he's gonna try to take over. So it's interesting, man. I don't know. I don't know how long Cat's gonna be. I do feel like they need him to like really try to contend, despite
They do.
him sometimes only getting like 8 points in the playoffs. Not really, just kind of disappearing sometimes.
Shooting 10 threes.
They need that talent, So same as for Gobert, at least for optionality. And I feel like they have a good coach too, Chris Finch. So Jaden McDaniels, they got defensive talent, Naz Reid, guy off the bench, Mike Conley. I just feel like they got a good, well-rounded team. So if they could actually get there healthy, I could see them actually making it to the conference finals. Like if you
Wow.
asked me a month ago, I thought I would have been like, okay, it's the Nuggets, and then we'll see between the Timberwolves and the Clippers. But yeah, now things are kind of changing up. We'll see. But if they could get healthy, they could get there.
I tell you, man, the Western Conference is going to have some fun matchups, man. Some fun matchups. I can't wait to see how it all shakes out.
And it all
But yeah,
boils to matchups because some teams are just vulnerable against other teams and other play styles. You can be at the bottom of the standings, but if you match up with a team that you play good against, at least you got a chance.
yep. Let's talk about the LA Clippers because this is a team that's been struggling a lot since the All-Star break. I think they're barely over 500 since the All-Star break. And it's funny because once they made the Harden trade, I think they lost the first 5 or 6 games. Then they went like 22-5. And then since then, they've like completely bottomed out. Like they're just like the most mediocre team. We could argue that Paul George and Kawhi have been in and out the lineup. Finally, it seems like they were pretty much healthy all year, which has been great for them. But now it seems like it's catching up to both of them, which is it's just unfortunate, man, because it seems like it's the same song with them every year. Mm-hmm. Like they just like we talk about Embiid, we talk about Zion, but like these guys for the past 5 years have not played together in the postseason. It's just like, what are we supposed to do? So I don't know, man. if both of them are healthy enough in the postseason, obviously the Clippers are formidable, but they're not better than the Nuggets. I don't think they can beat the Timberwolves. So are they going to be happy losing in the second round? I don't know. I mean, look, there's always that chance that Kawhi puts on that cape and he's healthy enough, and Kawhi just does what Kawhi does because we know what a beast he is in the postseason. But for some reason, man, I just don't believe in this team, bro. Like I don't. I mean, maybe I'm just a hater, like subconsciously, and like that's just affecting my decision making, and I can't look at it objectively. But I don't believe in this Clippers team. What do you think?
Yeah, it's kind of like they're like just trying to patch pieces together. And now that they're missing, say, Westbrook, I mean, they actually miss this guy. They miss his bench production, his energy, his transition. Then they had Harden in and out the lineup as well with a shoulder issue. Of course, Paul George and Leonard. So I don't know. Like it feels like basically, like you said, I don't really have much other comment than are they going to be healthy in the playoffs or not? Are they going to? I wouldn't want to face them if I was any other team. They're a tough matchup because Kawhi's if he's there, he's going to be a monster and try and lose a great coach, tactician. And you just, they got the talent. But when it comes down to if I was to like bet on them to win the championship, I wouldn't do it. But I'd have to go round by round, game by game.
Yeah. I think for them, for real, it is really one that depends on matchup because as it stands right now, they be facing the New Orleans Pelicans. And I'm putting my money on the Pelicans.
Yeah,
I'm putting my money on the Pelicans. This is one of the hottest teams since the All-Star break, and it's because Zion Williamson. And I know you've been off the Zion train. He's fat. He doesn't want to work out. Look at him now. He's been as healthy as he's been all season. He's barely missed any games this year. And when he plays, especially lately, man, he's been dominating out there.
It wasn't about him not wanting to work out. It was about his diet and just keeping the weight off and just showing the commitment to that. But yeah, man, I guess you'd be surprised that I'm actually really in on the Pelicans right now.
What?
I mean, I've liked their team for a couple years. It's kind of crazy that Zion still never played in the playoffs, or playing or anything, right?
Yep.
So I think he's the type of guy that when the lights get brighter, I feel like he's gonna play even harder and do a little more. So he's always gonna be a matchup nightmare as long as he's healthy. And they got such a good, well-rounded team. I know Ingram just got hurt last night, right? So
yeah,
I think they said it's a bone bruise, so he should be okay.
Yes.
So with that, so now that we know the severity of that, I mean, I feel like they're a very dark horse contender. I mean, I don't think they can beat the Nuggets. I don't see that. Like you said earlier, just kind of because of experience, the games gets close. Jamal Murray and freaking Porter are just gonna hit everything. Right. So, and Jokic, of course. So yeah. So, but anybody else, I just feel like they could be a nightmare matchup. I mean, I remember that a couple years ago against the Suns, they were without Zion. I mean, they took the Suns all the way to the wire. And I believe that's the year they went to the finals, or was it the year after? Either way, they were like a number one seed. As the year after, they were the number one seed, and the Pelicans were the 8th seed and took them all the way to 6 or 7 games. Had Chris Paul out here never was the same after that. So yeah, all that to say, yeah, I'm actually in on the Pelicans, and I feel like Zion is going to be a low in the series. So.
Yeah, man, I'm really high on this team as well. They are my Western Conference Cavaliers. I wouldn't be surprised if this team beats a really good team or a higher seed. I'm all in on Zion and the Pelicans, man. I pretty much have been all year, but I'm just more so happy that he's healthy and he's available. Because like we talk about with Embiid or Kawhi or Paul George, like the biggest knock on this guy is that he's been hurt literally every single year. And he can't play in the March and April. So it's money time now, man. So all you got to do is stay healthy and make sure he's available. And I have no doubts in my mind about the Pelicans. So
props to Zion for just putting his head down and, just working, playing, and kind of fitting into the team concept. And this team's having a great year. So that's what you want to see. He's still a young guy, man. Hopefully he can turn it around and get his career on track to be that superstar that we thought he was going to be. When he was super hyped, number 1 pick.
Totally agree, man. Next, we have the Dallas Mavericks, a team that I don't. Okay. I was gonna say I don't get why they're so good, but I guess it's just because Luka Doncic is 35, 10, and 10. Okay, fine, Luka, whatever. They currently have the number 6 seed, but obviously that could change and they could be in the play-in. So who knows if they'll be here once matchups and the postseason starts. But the Mavericks are going to be a tough out. They're just they are just trying to outscore you every single night, man. They're going to shoot 53s and hope that 20 of them go in. Kyrie is he's been balling lately. He's healthy. He's here. He's available.
No drama.
No drama. And I said this during the trade deadline pod, but man, PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford were great pickups for the Mavericks, man. And both of them have really, really played well, especially defensively. PJ Washington was just used to being a loser in Charlotte, and now he's starting. He's helping this Mavericks team on the perimeter and on the wings. Gafford coming in and grabbing every board he can, blocking shots, defending the paint.
He's starting now too, isn't he?
Yeah, he's starting. Yeah, this is a different Dallas Mavericks team, man, than it was before the trade deadline. And if this would be crazy, but if it's Dallas and Denver in the first round, Denver better watch the fuck out because Luka might shoot them niggas out the series, or in the series, I should say. So yeah, man. I mean, what do you think about the Dallas Mavericks? And do you think Luka deserves more MVP hype?
Yes, I do. I feel like he should be probably at least number 3. But
I feel like nobody wants to talk about him.
Yeah, I think just everybody's just out on the Mavericks. Nobody believed in them, and I guess we're just so spoiled and used to Luka putting up crazy numbers every year for them just to carry them into the playoffs. It's kind of just like he's been doing this. So
same old song.
Yeah, so it's kind of sad, but with that said, I agree with you that nobody wants to. I mean, do we have to pull up Luka's playoffs numbers? Like this guy is a dragon in the playoffs, so I don't want to see that. And then Kyrie is, going to be a problem in his own right. He's hitting crazy game winners and crazy shots every other night, it seems.
Bro, that left hand fucking. That shit was just like, what, bro? Like, what?
That's like only like him and like Kobe would like try stuff like that. Like that's just some stuff like these guys are just working on their game all the time, like, or just got all the moves. That's crazy. They have the balls to take that shot. It's just
for game, bro. For game.
Yeah, like whoa.
Yeah. Kyrie is nuts.
So yeah, I feel like they got just enough defense, just enough rebound, and just enough big men, and help. Guys that not great shooters, but guys that if you give them wide open shots, they could hit enough of them, to where they can absolutely be a problem. I mean, everything I said about the Pelicans, a team you don't want to see, they could mess around and be in the finals if the things bounce right. that could happen for the Mavericks. Yeah, 100%.
Which is that's crazy, man. That is crazy. Yeah, like I said, the West is going to be so fun, man, because we still got the Suns and the Kings to discuss, who are currently in 7 and 8. Obviously Phoenix, man, they've been like a tough watch most of the season because they just haven't been healthy. And honestly, if there was like one upper echelon team that people are high on, that people think could actually make some noise in the postseason, I think that this is the one team, the Suns, that I have really no faith in. Like I guess I talk about the Clippers too, but to me, they never really addressed any of the problems that I thought they had during the beginning of the season, which is that they're top heavy. They have no depth. They have no bench, and they have no defined like roles. Like it feels like they all just kind of go out there and your turn, my turn, which is cool. That could win you a game or two. Depending on matchup, you might even win a series just because you're more talented and more experienced. You still have Kevin Durant. But I don't see them making it past the second round. That's just my personal opinion on the Suns. What do you think?
I don't see them making it past the first round. I don't see them. I wouldn't be that surprised if they lose in the play-in. Honestly, I don't like what I'm
Oh,
seeing from them, man. They don't have
mm,
no defense. They
wow.
rely too much on KD. Like he's got to do everything. Like he's their backup center. He's their best shooter. He's their playmaker. He's well, and it's just like I also don't like their game plan. They shoot to me, and maybe that's because of Booker, because of Durant. That's kind of been a problem with the Suns in the Booker Chris Paul era too. They shoot too many 2-pointers. Like it's too mid-range heavy, and it's just like you're trading twos for threes, or I don't know.
That's
I
crazy.
don't know. That's just
You
something
think
off
they can
about the
lose in the
Suns.
play-in, huh?
I just don't like it. I don't like it. The fact that they're even in the play-in when they got 3 stars, 3 maxes. I mean, are they any better off with Bradley Beal than they were with Chris Paul and
That's
DeAndre Ayton?
yeah, that's that's crazy. Because yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure they had a better record last year, but whatever. They didn't like DeAndre Ayton, so and they didn't want to pay Chris Paul, so they had to get them niggas out of there. But yeah, man, I,
For Bradley
I,
Beal, who barely is healthy.
yeah. I mean, to Bradley Beal's credit, he's been playing better lately. But yeah, man, I don't. I have no confidence or no faith in this team. Now, them not even making it to the play-in or playoffs, I don't know about that. I mean, they still got Kevin Durant, so I'm gonna give him his respect off of an Achilles tear. The dude's still averaging damn near 30 uh, on great efficiency, but um, I don't expect them to make it past the first or second round. That's just
I
my
mean,
opinion.
hold on now. Like the play-in is ridiculous this year. Like
Yeah, it is.
the Mavericks and Suns are tied for the same record, so that can go any way.
Mm-hmm.
If the Suns drop down to 8 and say the Kings go up, it could be the Mavericks, Lakers, and Warriors possibly, all in the play-in. So yeah, there's no guarantee the Suns are coming out of there. There's gonna be
Yeah.
two teams from this. I mean, LeBron and Steph might not make the playoffs this year, So or KD and Steph, or KD and LeBron, or there's gonna be some superstars not making it.
Yeah.
So
Sad stuff.
the West 1 through 10 is just it's tough.
Yeah, and then the Houston Rockets are trying to creep up and get that 10 spot. They're trying.
Yeah, they're only 2.5 games out, and
Hmm.
they're 7 game winning streak. So I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting.
Let's talk about the Sacramento Kings. This is one team that we just can't seem to beat. When I say we, I mean the Lakers. We just can't seem to beat them. But we dropped two very big games from them that would have had us in their spot right now. Uh, I don't think this team can do anything either, honestly. Like they match up well with us, but I don't first round exit. Like I feel like last year they were better. Not, I mean, I don't mean that in just like a record wise. I think they had I think they were better. Like I think they were a better team last year. Maybe because they
Yeah,
were taking everybody by surprise. I don't know. But this Kings team is not that great to me. What are your thoughts on the Sacramento Kings?
yeah, pretty much echoing that. I mean, if they were in the East, they'd be a 4th seed. You know what I'm saying? But like, um, they're 40-29. That's not a bad record. I mean, it's just I guess comparatively to where they were last year, it looks bad. But I think they're doing okay. They're kind of more or less the same team. It's just the West is better.
Yeah, unfortunately, Lakers. Holy shit. Not sure how deep you want to get into this, but yeah, I mean, this is the healthiest Bron and AD have been. And this is I think this is one of the worst teams we've had since that LeBron's been here, which is hilarious. We're 5 games over 500, which for a long time I didn't think was possible. Which is sad in and of itself, but we're cooked. Like, I don't think we're making a play in, or I'm sorry, I don't think we're gonna win the play in. We're probably gonna make it. I don't think we're gonna win the play in. Um, and we're not going to make the playoffs. Like we aren't good. We're not healthy. Like it seems like every year, man, we're just like infested with injuries. And this year, we've got key rotational guys like Vando, Christian Wood. We didn't see any contributions from Gabe Vincent. Uh, One of our best perimeter defenders in Cam Reddish is in and out the lineup. It's just been tough, man. Like we just can't stay healthy. Yeah, and it shows. And unfortunately, we're gonna have to fight for our lives just to even make the playoffs, which is what we've been doing for the past like 3 months. It feels like. So yeah, hopefully the first order of business at the end of the season is to fire Darvin Ham, find somebody, anybody who can coach us better, and then rework the roster to an extent. I know you want LeBron to take less money. I'm not sure he's going to do that.
Come
And
on,
yeah,
man.
we'll
He's already a
go from there.
billionaire, man. Not saying he need to make the minimum. Just go from 50
Yeah.
million or whatever to 30 million, 35 million, and give us a little more wiggle room. We could fit in a third star, or more role players. Yeah, I mean, I pretty much echo everything you said. I don't even think I'm not even gonna kid myself and think that they could go on some kind of Cinderella run and make it back to the conference finals. I mean, maybe they could if they match up with the Thunder or some other team that they match up good with. Maybe they could win around, maybe. But like, we're not winning the championship, and that's what
Mm-mm,
it comes down to.
mm-mm,
I don't see any chance. So.
mm-mm, mm-mm.
You are what your record says you are. We didn't make any big trades, or do we make any trades? So it's not like you could say it's like they're trying to get chemistry from a new roster or any kind of excuses you can give. You've been healthy all year and you haven't made any moves. So you are what you are. This is a large sample size, is the whole season,
Mm-hmm.
and all season we've been in the play-in. So that means we've been that caliber of team, no matter how you slice it. Now, if we would have maybe had better coaching, better game plans, stuff like that. Maybe we could have squeezed a little more out of this, but it's back to the drawing board at the end of the day. And I'm of the opinion that, yeah, unless LeBron is willing to take a pay cut and we're able to do some drastic things with this roster, I think that it's about time to um, rebuild or retinker. Like it's time to think, okay, short term and long term, where are we at here? I don't really care about if LeBron resigns for the max for 3 years or something, some extension. Okay, he's still producing 25 a game, and he probably would make All NBA team. I don't know. He's still to a level. He's great. He's still an All Star player. We're not gonna play him like he's a bum or nothing. AD had a great season, All Star season, probably All NBA second team. I'm thinking third, probably defensive player of the year or something like that. He's had a great season, but at the end of the day, we're not that good.
Mm-mm.
We're not terrible. I mean, because we've had a winning record. We've been in a play-in contention, playoff contention, whatever all season. It's not been a tire fire, but at the end of the day, man, look, we're here to win championships. So, and for most Lakers fans, we're just kind of like whatever about this team this season. When I get a sense of it, some people already gave up, not watching. I get it because it's like you see the fate, you see what's coming. We're just gonna get boat raced either in the play-in or in the playoffs, and it's gonna be ugly. It's gonna go out sad, and yeah, I don't really see anything changing that. I don't see. So with that said, I don't even know. It's just a mystery about what we can do to improve the roster this season. Like you said, we have to get a new coach. Is that guarantee?
Yeah,
Is Jeannie gonna bring him back? I mean, I don't know. I
she
don't know if
can't.
it's a guarantee. No, we'll see, man. We got to see if we're gonna get a new coach. We'll see what LeBron gonna do. See what the team's gonna do. Um, how do you how do you want this season to conclude? Like, what is at this point? Do you still want them to just play hard and just do the best they can, or would you be surprised if they just 1, 2, 3 Cancun and just implode and just even like bow out the play in, like just say fuck it and don't even make it?
Well,
I thought they were on the verge of that like a few weeks ago, but they're still
I don't
playing.
know. So the reality is, you hear all this stuff from the reporters and the beat writers about how, the players are juiced up, they're amped up, they're ready to go, they want to fight for this, and the energy's different, the energy is shifted, and blah 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 blah. And it just pisses me off because it's just like, nigga, like, why is it taking us being in the ninth seed with 2 or 3 weeks left in the season for the energy to shift? Like, what are we doing? Uh, Realistically, I feel like we're going to make the play in. Um, we're probably going to win a play-in game. Even, you know what? We're probably going to make the 8th seed just to get rewarded with the Denver Nuggets and get our fucking ass destroyed in 4 games again on national television. So that's the most likely outcome, in my opinion.
Out of anything, I don't want that. I mean, come on, like this is getting sad.
No, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And we deserve it. We deserve to be embarrassed on national television. Like we absolutely deserve it. So yeah. Or you know what? It'd be even better if it was OKC, so everybody can pick the Lakers stupidly. Oh, they have all the experience. They have LeBron. They have Anthony Davis. Oh, these are OKC. They're kids. And then we get fucking swept by Oakland. We get ran off the floor. 20-point per game margin. Like I want LeBron to go out bad. Like think about it, nigga. Think about your time with the Lakers being over, because it is. I am done with the LeBron James era of Lakers basketball. I'm done with it. And obviously he's not going anywhere. So it doesn't matter if I'm done or not, because he's not passing up a $50 million extension. Yeah, we are. We literally are. And we are absolutely drafting Bronny in this offseason. We're drafting Bronny. And that's the end of that. So we're stuck with this nigga for another 2 years or whatever. We're going to pay a fucking 40-year-old man, 41, 42, $50 million a year. And that's our fate. He won us 1 championship, and we got to pay the next 10 years of our lives for it. So, yay. Yay. Holy shit. Yeah. Yeah, we are locked the fuck up, man. Holy crap. Real quick before we get out of here, I do want to go ahead.
I was going to ask, so the Lakers pick is it basically is owed to the Pelicans, but they can decide if they want to keep it this year or wait till next year. If you were the Pelicans, if the Lakers missed the play-in, would you want their pick now? Would you wait till next year thinking it's going to be even worse or even better for the Pelicans? I should say.
If they drafted Bronny, I would snatch the fuck out that pick just to make LeBron mad.
No, I think you got to like decide to do it before the draft or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Weren't you the one that said this draft isn't that tough?
Bronny ain't getting drafted, sir. So he's
You're
just gonna sign with the Lakers.
Do you know who his father is, sir?
Well, okay. Unless people are on that trying to do that, but like if LeBron is signaling he's re-signing with the Lakers or that he's not trying to mess around like that. Actually, even I don't know. Is somebody gonna waste a valuable draft pick on Bronny when he
is
not good at all? He's coming off the bench, averaging 4 games or whatever at the USC.
Yes.
And didn't make the tournament.
Yes. They're going to waste it. Yes to every question. Yes, bro. This is LeBron James' son. Yes, they're going to do anything to make LeBron happy.
Why are you doing all that for LeBron? He can't win. He could barely get the Lakers to the playoffs. Like, what's he going to do for your team?
Doesn't matter. If the fucking hold on, let me think of something back. If the Portland Trailblazers were to get LeBron James tomorrow, that would never happen. But do you know what that would do to their economy? They would sell out season tickets. Seriously, like season tickets would sell out immediately. And yeah, like
do the pump fake and be like, no, actually, I'm staying with the Lakers.
Yeah. Yeah, like if the fucking Detroit Pistons were like LeBron signing with us,
LeBron is not going to the Blazers or the Pistons, bro. If you ain't on the coast or maybe in Cleveland, it ain't happening. Like LeBron ain't trying to leave California.
He's not, which is why we are in prison. Let's talk about the Warriors real quick before we get out of here, because I think that they do deserve some merit for fighting hard. I guess they've dealt with injuries too. Steph Curry, has he taken a step back? Do I want to say it? No, I'm not going to say it.
I feel like he's slowing down a little. Like he's not getting as open. He's easier. Like, you know, and like driving is a little bit harder for him. Like he's still very effective, but just feel like he's wearing down a little bit. Like just, you know, age related.
But also their team stinks. So I mean, I'm not going to blame most of this on Steph. I mean, they're just not a good basketball team. Which I feel like
he's good enough to win you a championship still, if you have like a team that can get there.
But yeah, I don't expect the Golden State Warriors to make literally any noise in this postseason. Do you?
Man, you know what? Like, what's crazy is that I feel like they're better positioned to do something than the Lakers. Like, I just feel like because you have that you have Steph. Like, I don't know if the Lakers have. I don't know if LeBron's good enough to win you a championship anymore. And then AD, I mean, And if he's not making jumpers, I don't think he can do that either. Like so, and really, it's more of a mindset thing with him. So I don't. So what does that really lead the Lakers? That's at the end of the day. I think that's why you and I are just like, can we stop this? Because it's worth it if LeBron is worth it if he's good enough to still win you a chip. But um, in last year in the playoffs, he didn't have nothing for Denver either. Like
Mm-mm.
he kind of just had no impact at all. Like it was more so, okay, we're AD, like you can't let Jokic keep doing this to you. And even then, AD had like the last 2 or 3 games, he had great numbers too. It's just whatever, it just didn't matter. So with that said, even in like the game 4, LeBron tried to turn it up and tried to do everything he could, and we still got swept. So you wait until the last game to try to go into playoff LeBron mode, and it still didn't matter. So like when you need it throughout the whole playoff run, he can't do it either. Maybe it was because he was the ankle, the injury, whatever, but that's part of the package too with LeBron. If I still feel like Draymond is still very effective.
Mm-hmm.
I still feel like Steph is still can win you a championship. If they could find if Wiggins or Clay or something, they could find a guy that could be night to night reliable, more number two. Who knows? I feel like they'd be make a little more noise than the Lakers. I wouldn't want to. If I was at the top of the West, I'd rather fear the Warriors than the Lakers. What I'm trying to say.
Wow. That is a sad statement. That's probably true. All right.
But with that said, I think the Lakers could beat the Warriors in the play-in and send them out the playoffs because the Lakers match up good against the Warriors. Yeah,
matchups, man.
But before we go, Wemby is nowhere here on the rundown. I just love to talk about Wemby. The guy is amazing. I dream about what kind of numbers this guy gonna be putting up like next year. I mean,
yeah. The league is very quickly.
We were a little
turning
too
into his
early
league.
saying he was going to be All-Star, All-NBA, and all that this year. But
Was
next
I?
season, right? Next season is going to be. But we thought it was going to be this year. I mean, hell, I've been hearing them talking about, hey, Wemby should be Defensive Player of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, slow down. They're a 15th seed, but
Ah.
I know individually and all this that the stats, all the advanced numbers are crazy with him. But yeah, all that to say, I'm back in. Even though the Spurs still suck, I've been watching their games a lot more lately, and it's just the guy's unbelievable.
He is, man. He's an unbelievable talent. I mean, all the people that thought he was going to come in struggling, I was just like, I don't see it, man. I don't know. Like he kind of has it now at 19. And yeah, I mean, yeah, like he's averaging what, like 21, 20.
10,
I think that was like in like 5
assists,
blocks. I mean,
4 blocks, leading the league
come on,
in
bro.
blocks.
Come on, bro.
Like, what is he in his prime? Is he going to be putting up like 7 blocks a game, 6 blocks? Like, what is going to happen?
Yes. Yeah, he is.
It's going to be like next year. It's going to be like 28, 11, 5 assists, 6 assists, probably 4 or 5 blocks,
and
crazy percentages.
He's been doing most of this on a minutes restriction of like 28 minutes a game.
Yeah. So imagine when they're actually trying to win and they're playing them 35 minutes.
Yeah. When they're trying to win. Greg Popovich, you're getting away with it now, buddy. You're getting away with it now. But yeah, the Spurs will be interesting in the offseason too, depending on what they do. I mean,
they got to get a point guard. Yeah, they got to get some guys. Because Wemby ain't gonna be sitting around taking this too much longer. He's saying like this guy wants to win. Like he's saying all the things. So they got to make some roster moves to help him out, but not too soon. They don't want to be like the Mavericks and like how the LeBron did. I mean, the Cavs did with LeBron in his first stint. Just spending too much on guys only to get you first round, second round. So
we brought them to the finals too,
but not enough to win. Like they got to the finals purely off LeBron.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
And Boobie Gibson, Big Z.
Boobie Gibson, baby, 10 threes in the playoffs.
I used to love them Cavs team, boy, back in the day. Larry Hughes and them, like that was my team. Like LeBron, all he used to do is run right to the rim. He used to dunk every time or lay up. It was great.
Anderson Varejao, Jonas Ilgauskas, Daniel Marshall. Those are some fun Cavs teams. It's actually hilarious. Anyway, all right, man. Look, great pod. Didn't mean to go an hour and a half, so I probably had to break this up, but appreciate you being on the pod, man. Playoffs are coming. We'll be back very soon.
Yep, playoffs are coming. Will the Lakers be there? Who knows? But
we won't. Thanks, man.
All right, man.